Welcome to another DIY project. This time, I am showing you how to fix the depression problem of your asphalt driveway and apply the sealer in just one weekend. That wasn't possible in the past. For those who have done it before, you know the reason why. It gets very frustrated because the patching product on the market tells you to wait at least 30 to 90 days before sealing. Let's take a look at this from Home Depot. Bring up the PDF from the manufacturer. They said you have to wait 60 to 90 days. Oh my god. During these times, the patching materials become loose and is a mess. If you have seen my other video, which I will post the link in the description, you can actually speed up the hardening process by adding cement dust, but you still have to wait for at least a couple of weeks. Until recent years, this product called Aquaphalt 6.0 came into the market. It's a game changer. The product will harden like a rock within 15 minutes after you add water to it. It's pretty amazing. Consumer Report did a test back in 2015 and it came out on top. Unfortunately, this product was not available until 2019 in Canada. Indeed, believe it or not, I contacted Home Depot head office to tell them to bring this product to Canada. I have a disclaimer to make. I am not affiliated with Aquaphalt or Home Depot. This video is not sponsored by either of them. I mean, they should. Well, I just want to share my experience to help others. Okay, let's get started. I am using a small area to do a demonstration. First, you need to use a level to determine which area needs to be fixed. Mark it using a piece of chalk. This area becomes a little pond every time it rains, so I need to fix it. Next, you use an angle grinder with diamond blade to cut the area. I am using 4.5 inches blade. It does the job pretty fast. Next question is, how deep do you need to cut? You don't need to go very deep for such small area like this. 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch is good enough. You may be wondering, why do we need to do this? Why not just put the patching material on top and compact it? Yes, you can definitely do that, but it will look very ugly. We want to make a smooth transition between the old and new asphalt. That's the DIY quality I am talking about. The next step is to make this into a small pothole. The cold patch needs to be contained so it will not move. I am using the Bosch SDS-Plus Rotary hammer drill. And this is the tile chisel that I am using. If you have seen my other videos from 2 years ago, I told you to rent a demolition hammer or SDS Max instead, especially if you are trying to fix a large area, because SDS Plus is not powerful enough and it will take you too much time and it's not worth it. But for this small area, this is perfectly fine. Pay attention to the edges of the rectangle. I am making sure it has enough depth, so the asphalt can be contained properly. I am going to continue to work on the second depression area to make it into a pothole. It's basically the same as the first one. I think you got the idea. Alright, here is the bucket of Aquaphalt 6.0. Let's open the container and take a look. This stuff is extremely sticky compared to the traditional cold patch. I strongly recommend to wear gloves. If your Aquaphalt 6.0 is not able to pour to the ground like this, that means the material is hardened already. Perhaps the hardware store sells you the bucket past the expiry date. Go back to the store, get your money back and pick up another bucket. Now, fill up the area. There is an important DIY tips. Fill the material higher than the ground, especially in the middle before compacting. But don't make it too high on the edges, otherwise you won't be able to get the smooth transition. This is the magic going to happen. All you do is to add water to it. From this point, you have 15 minutes before it hardens. Use the hand tamper to compact it. It's very easy, anyone can do it. After a couple of hours, it should be dried enough. Now, this step is totally optional. You don't need to follow what I did. Aquaphalt 6.0 has large granules than regular coat patch. I am trying to use cement dust to fill the gaps. It has nothing to do with the hardening process, just for cosmetic. Indeed, they do have another product called Aquaphalt 4.0 that comes with smaller granules. I wish Home Depot Canada carries that. I was told Aquaphalt 6.0 is much stronger. The next step is to work on feathering off the edges for a smooth transition. There are two types of products on the market you can use. The first one is urethane-fortified rubberized base product. This bucket is Epoxyshield from Rust-Oleum. I got it from Home Depot. Look, it's ready to use and it looks rubberized. The other product is sand and asphalt based. I got this one called Blackjack Speed Patch from Canadian Tire. Rust-Oleum has similar products too. It's a bit watery. You have to spend some time to mix it. Okay, after a couple of minutes, you can see clearly it is sand-based. The problem is that it's not ideal for feathering off the edges because of the sand. You will not be able to get a smooth transition. I have tried this for you, so you don't have to buy the wrong product. Sorry for the background noise, I was roasting my own coffee. Now, there's a DIY tips I want to share with you. As you can see, I was doing it in the shade. If you look closely, it was an umbrella. If you do it directly under the sun, it will dry too quickly, and you will not be able to get a good result. Keep that in mind. Wait for it to dry overnight and you can seal the driveway the day after. Isn't it amazing? You may be wondering if you can use Aquaphalt to fill the small gaps, especially for those who have sidewalk like mine. The answer of course is yes, it's really simple. This is such a small job, I am not using a hand tamper. I am just using a river stone to compact it, and it worked. After 15 to 20 minutes, check it out. It's hard like a rock. I have to say, I love this product. It's amazing. Just for comparison, that's the traditional coat patch. Remember I said it before, it's a mess. The loosened materials are everywhere. Look at that. I don't like this. I'm not sure about you. One bucket of Aquaphalt is enough for me to fix another section. This is a larger depression, which is about 6 square feet. Alright, that looks good. The next step is to add water to it. You may ask, how much water do I need? Well, I recommend RTFM to get an official answer from Aquaphalt. But, from the information I have, it doesn't matter. Extra water will not affect the performance. For large area, I do recommend go to your local hardware store to rent a plate compactor. this is a DIY tips I want to share with you. I am showing you how to load and unload the heavy machinery by yourself. Yes, one person. The trick is to use this aluminum hardware kit to build a ramp. You can get it from Amazon or from your local hardware store. I got it from Princess Auto. Secure it to a 2x8. You need 2 of them. It's very handy, especially if you have a pickup truck like I do. It will work on cargo van. It may also work on SUV if you don't mind scratching the bumper. So easy, there's no need to ask for help. After 15 to 20 minutes, you can walk on it or you can even jump on it. No problem at all. Except for hot asphalt, there is not even a single consumer-grade product can even come close to this. To be safe, I would leave it under the sun for a couple of hours and you can drive on it right after that. You may ask, can I use hand tamper instead of renting the plate compactor? Because this is a large depression area, the plate compactor will actually give you a more solid, more even, and a smoother surface. Especially if you plan to park your car on top, the difference is huge. If you are not able to compress the material properly by hand, you may end up having another depression after 6 months. So, plate compactor is strongly recommended. Similar to the small section that I showed you earlier, we are going to do the feathering of the edges to make a smooth transition between the old and new asphalt. I am not going to show you the process again, because it will be very boring. There is another common depression section you always need to fix. That's where your garage meets the asphalt. You can use the same method to make a ramp. Notice that I am not using Aquaphalt in this case. I am just showing you a video from 2 years ago for your reference. I hope this helps. After everything is completely dried overnight, the next day, you need to wake up early in the morning to apply the driveway sealer. There is a reason why I will tell you a little bit later. To make sure the color looks consistent, I am using the oil spot primer. This product dries in 15 minutes and you can apply the sealer right after that. I got this product from Canadian Tire. Honestly, it's not the best quality, but it's not the worst either. It claims it lasts for 5 years. No way. In my experience, it will only last for 2 years. Remember, wait for it to go on sale. I am not paying for the regular price. You will get ripped off by that. To get good quality result, I am using a paintbrush to do all the edges, especially if you have a paving stone walkway. It's very hard to clean up if you accidentally stained the paving stone. All the edges are done. Let's apply the driveway sealer. I strongly recommend using a driveway squeegee instead of using a paint roller, because it makes you look like a pro, and the desperate housewife across the street may want to have a chat with you. Just kidding, this actually helps to fill all the tiny cracks better than the roller. To use the driveway squeegee like a pro, the trick is to apply the driveway sealer in one single pass, left to right. You can just do a turn like this and then go from right to left horizontally. You don't have to worry about the edges because we have painted it already. Try not to stop in the middle or patch any imperfection vertically. You need some time to practice to get a hang of it. Remember I told you to wake up early in the morning to do this? If you start at noon or in the afternoon, the sun is way too strong and the driveway sealer dries up too quickly, and you will end up having 50 shades of black. That's not good. If you walk around your neighborhood, you will see a lot of your neighbors made this mistake, and they have different shades of black on their driveway. A final DIY tip is to use plastic bags to protect your shoes. You will thank me for that. Okay, it's all completed. You can hardly see the patch for the first section that we fixed. Take a closer look. Because of Aquaphalt 6.0, the granules are large. You can see a bit of that. It's not perfect, but it's totally acceptable. For the other larger section that we patch with Aquaphalt, you cannot see it unless you come close to it. Look at that. The transition between the old and new asphalt is pretty smooth, I have to say, but I wish Home Depot carries Aquaphalt 4.0 with smaller granules, and this will become flawless. Oh well, it's good enough. I think I would call this a very successful project. Just for comparison, I have a neighbor down the street hired a professional driveway sealing company to fix the depression. That's what it looks like. I can totally understand why professionals don't do it the way I showed you, because it's too time consuming and it's not the quickest way to make money. Spraying the chemical in 30 minutes can make $150 Canadian. It's much easier. If you have seen my other videos, I always tell you to focus on quality. To do it yourself, you save money on labor and you can buy better products. Because of DIY, you don't have a time constraint. I hope this helps. Give this a thumbs up if you find some good information here. My goal is to inspire more people into DIY. You may want to check out other videos on my channel. I am pretty sure you will love them. Remember to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you next time.